Now look, I review, unbox a lot of products on my daily life, but which products do I actually use on my daily life? So in this video, I'll show you which Apple products I use in my daily life for work and how the Apple ecosystem has totally changed my life. Starting off with the iPad. Now look, I have all iPads, the Pro, the Air, the Mini, the normal iPad, but the one that I actually always end up using is the iPad Mini. Now I know it doesn't have the M1 or M2 chip. Now I know it doesn't have the best display. I know it doesn't have most of the features that the iPad Pro, for example, does have. But what it does have is this form factor that I just absolutely love. I love the fact that I can use my Apple Pencil with the device that is this small, that fits in most of my jackets, in my fanny pack, in all of my backpacks. I just love it. I use the iPad for a lot, and especially for reading. I love reading on the iPad Mini. Reading on an iPad Pro or an iPad Air is an enjoyable experience, but at the end of the day, those devices are big and those devices end up being heavy. And with a device that simply fits in the palm of your hand, makes using it for entertainment, for reading, I end up using it way more than my iPad Pro, for example, because once again, on how portable it is. So brainstorming ideas always on the go with my Apple Pencil, and with a device, once again, this small, I just love. My iPhone of choice has to be the iPhone 14 Pro, not the Pro Max, not the iPhone 14. First off, I absolutely love the iPhone 14 because of the battery life and the color. Yes, I mean, this yellow, I'm absolutely obsessed with it. But I ended up going back to my iPhone 14 Pro because of that telephoto. I absolutely love the cameras on the iPhone 14 Pro. Using a telephoto lens, especially for my vlogs, and I'm doing vlogs constantly, what I'm doing right now is I'm simply using this camera with my ultra wide lens, but then I don't change any lens on my camera. I don't bring an extra lens for my Sony a7S III. I shoot all of it with the iPhone 14 Pro, and I use especially the telephoto lens for all of my vlogs. The battery life, once again, on the iPhone 14 Pro is not something that I like. An iPhone for me is my computer on the go. When I'm on the go, I'm replying to emails, getting phone calls. It's a fundamental part of my workflow. And then the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch is a fundamental part of my workflow for numerous reasons, but one of the most important ones is in my work, I need to get that text message or that email. I need to know that as soon as possible. And if I didn't have my Apple Watch and I just had my iPhone just laying in the table, I wouldn't know that I got an important message or an important email. So just the fact that I have a device that is always with me and I'm always getting those text messages or emails and I know as soon as possible, that for me itself is already worth it in terms of my workflow. And then of course, the obvious, all of the other reasons that I love an Apple Watch, there's so much more to it, but for the workflow that I have, that by itself, notifications for me is a game changer. All right, now let's start talking about the serious work. Now, yes, I actually do get a lot done with my iPad Mini and a lot with my iPhone, but the serious work, the ones that I'm sitting down in my desk, now what I use is my MacBook Pro with the M1 Pro chip. Now this thing is an absolute beast. We all know it. I love how portable it is. I love how sturdy it is, how durable it is. Obviously now with Apple Silicon with the M1 Pro chip, anything that I throw at my computer, it tackles it perfectly fine. So all of my video editing, which is very, very heavy work, and all of my graphic design work, I do it all with my MacBook Pro. And then once I actually come home, I actually just connect it to my studio display, and that's the next device that I want to talk about. The studio display is an absolute beautiful display that displays very, very good quality picture. I love editing with it, graphic designing with it, and just I love having my space with my MacBook, with my studio display. I just absolutely love my setup right now. Links are down below in the description if you want to check out my studio and how I connect my studio display with my MacBook and how I have everything set up. In terms of keyboard and mouse, I love the Magic Keyboard from Apple with that Touch ID because it has Touch ID and I love how it looks. And the Magic Mouse. Now I know this gets a lot of hate because of how it charges, but I love it. I love how it works. I love how it looks and how it functions. I know the charging isn't the most ideal, but it charges relatively quick. And I just love how minimal and how it works.
These are the Liberty 4NC, and they pack the best noise cancellation in the market right now, lasting over 10 hours of listening times and 50 hours within the charging case. They've got top tier noise cancellation, canceling sound to up to 98.5%. The sound quality is super crisp. You actually get 11 drivers. It's the same size of driver as the AirPods Pro. The case is super small and portable, and you simply tap this button right here and they automatically open, and it's like the most satisfying thing ever in the world. And a bunch more features such as superior call quality, multi-point connection, smart wearing detection, hearing protection, find my earbuds, white noise, wireless charging, and 2 transparency modes. They're actually available in a bunch of awesome new colors. The biggest problem with earphones that don't break the bank is that you're usually sacrificing on a lot of features, but with these guys, you're not sacrificing anything. Sound quality, incredible, great charging case, the best battery life on any earphones out there. So if you're interested in the Liberty 4NC, links are down below in the description. Soundcore, thank you so much for sponsoring this video. In terms of music, the AirPods and the HomePod, as you see, I have a HomePod in the back in my studio. It's part of my workflow. Having music helps me relax, it helps me get motivated, it helps me just enjoy music. I absolutely love music, and if it wasn't because of my HomePod, since it's actually connected apart from with all of my smart home, love how it sounds. I love how small it is, especially the HomePod Mini, how much sound it actually brings to the table. I love it. And then the AirPods Pro 2nd generation are my AirPods of choice. The AirPods Max, I use them, but I find the AirPods Pro 2 just so comfortable and so powerful, and it's got so many features now with iOS 17. Noise cancellation is amazing. I can work at a coffee shop and not hear anything but the music. I just love the AirPods Pro 2 as well. Now, a whole other essential for me for Apple at work is an AirTag. I've got a lot of expensive camera gear, a lot of expensive laptops like my MacBook Pro, and having that peace of mind that I always know where my backpack is, where all of my equipment is, there's just a peace of mind. Now, that's my Apple at work. I want to know what your Apple at work is down below in the comments. Check out these videos, which I'm sure you're going to love, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.